active. We are playing a very active role in the world. That is how nations acquire greatness. We are today developing very strong ties with our neighborhood. We are born into a difficult neighborhood. God created a great India, but gave two neighbors. One is China and one Pakistan. Barabar kar diya. But what can we do? We learned to live with this kind of neighborhood. Today we understood how to deal with China also. On Pakistan तो आप लोग भी PhD कर चुके हैं कैसे deal करना है. Government तो बहुत जानता है how to deal with Pakistan. But we today know how to deal with China also. Earlier, when we had challenges from China, we used to depend on diplomatic communique, diplomatic route. Today, together with proactive diplomacy, we know how to demonstrate strong ground power also. We are of course talking to China diplomatically, but on the ground we are standing face to face with the Chinese threats. Without begging for support from any other country, we are standing firm on the ground. So we learned to deal with our difficult neighbors, but at the same time, we also started expanding our relationship in our neighborhood. Today, India has emerged as a linchpin in the entire Indo-Pacific region. Everybody wants to court India. We first of all tried with SARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. One bad boy is there. He wouldn't listen. Then we decided, okay, SARC can remain in cold storage for some time. Let us develop BIMSTEC. We expanded our daira into BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Cooperation, Economic Cooperation. Then we went beyond BIMSTEC in our Act East policy. We reached out to entire ASEAN. When our ties with the ASEAN became strong, solid, today we have a Quad. We have expanded our daira into Pacific also. So we are with ambition, with a kind of clear roadmap, expanding our area of influence, area of operations. We are the singularly powerful entity or nation in the entire Indian Ocean region today. Don't underestimate the power of Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean is the third largest body of water on the earth. It's a region which has 38 countries. In its regional countries are 38. It's the region through which 70% of the world's container trade passes at any given time in history, in contemporary history. Any time you see 70% of the world's trade passes through this Indian Ocean region. We are at the epicenter of that region, and finally today, after expanding our area of operation to all these areas, today we stood up and said, I'm not just that, I am the frontline country of the global south. The global south is the entire southern hemisphere, from Latin America to Africa to entire Asia to Pacific. More than 120 countries form this global south definition. They fall into this definition. Today, India is championing the cause of this global south. In this new world order, which is heteropolar, India has emerged as an important and significant player. We are the voice of the world's most important group of countries. Global South is 80% of the world's population, 40% of the world's GDP. the biggest group, and that is led, or probably India is the voice of that group. So we have arrived here. This India's future trajectory will be in the direction where the world is multipolar, world is heteropolar. India has to emerge as a strong pole representing a major voice in the global opinion. When India plays that role, India is not only contributing to contemporary world politics but also contributing to it based on its own age-old wisdom. That's why when we lead G20 also, we are talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. These things matter. When we are talking about rebuilding the multilateral institutions, we are talking about our age-old concept of what is the whole world made of, Panchabhutas. The concept of Panchabhutas we are invoking. Why do we need United Nations organization? Not to become a party in Ukraine-Russia war, but to actually lead, create a global governance for the preservation of Panchabhutas. Prudhivyapas Tejo Vayu Akash. Our oceans, our earth, our climate, our energy sources, our space, outer space, these need a different governance, and India is today suggesting to the to the multilateral organizations that we should put in place a different framework for leading global governance. The existing framework is not working. It has become a party to the disputes. Nobody listens. There is an UNCLOS of United Nations. It's a loss on the seas. It delivers a judgment. India obliges the judgment. But China says, get lost, I don't listen to you. When China says that, UN is helpless. It can't do anything. We don't want that kind of a world order, that kind of a multilateralism. So we are saying that multilateralism also should change. But the young researcher should think about when it has to change, what should happen? What kind of multilateral order do we want in 21st century? We have a clear view. We need a multilateral order in which there are no veto powers. There are no countries which are permanent members. Members today don't have any influence, but they have veto power. They can stall anything and everything. We don't want that kind of a multilateralism. We need a multilateralism where in a heteropolar structure, all the heteropolar components have a say. We need to work on those themes today. As India progresses, as India continues to play a greater role, our role should be, our research, our work should be, how can we build a new world order which is going to be guided by India's wisdom. It's our wisdom that should guide. We need to work on those themes. So the only red line in this is, probably two red lines are what I mentioned close. But red line number one is, if you don't do it, somebody else will do it. There is bound to be a new world order shaping up now, especially post-COVID. The kind of situation that has emerged, this heteropolarity, the climate challenges, the other problems, health challenge, it's bound to lead to a new world order. But if we don't guide that world order, China will do. China wants to create an authoritarian world order. It is enticing countries with its money, with its other influences. Even the Buddhist world it is trying to influence using Buddhism or using its money. So, if we don't do it, if we remain reticent, if we remain lethargic, or if we remain romantic, somebody else will do it. और Indians का दूसरा एक habit है, we are very fond of history. In Ramayana, how great our statecraft was. In Mahabharata, how people came from all over the world to fight the war. We read all that history. But what about tomorrow? Do we also have some ideas for tomorrow. We need to today use our great ancient wisdom to build the roadmap for the future of the mankind, not just India, to the mankind. One red line is that. Second most important red line is, for this to be realized, you need a stable India, a united India, a strong India led by a leader with a vision. In mind, we need to really think about the new world order that will be shaping up in the 21st century, and in which India's role, how it should be reimagined. I once again compliment all the authors who have contributed to their articles. Also, I haven't read it. I will definitely read. It's my area of interest, but definitely I will read and give my views to both the editors. But I compliment the authors and also the editors once again, and thank you for your patience with me.
Thank you, Ram Madhavji, for giving us clear understanding of evolution of international relations to neo-global governance structure and also the emerging role of India. Now may I request Dr. Nandikishore ji to join with Madhavji for discussion.